Well, hello, Robert Heffernan with EndoTech. This is Blockchain Vitals. Usually I've gone to Market Vitals and I'm covering both blockchain and traditional fiat assets, but I will still do a Blockchain Vitals weekly segment Sunday nights as cryptos never sleep. We roll the week Sunday night. We roll the week in fiat assets too. I'll mention a few of those things that we were paying attention to last week. But this section is going to be more blockchain centric, let's call it blockchain centric. Anyway, let's do the rounds. Doing the rounds, my chance to talk about something I've seen in the headlines, maybe a tweet, something going on in the asset class of blockchain. And although this is a tweet to an article that is not blockchain, it's very important to understand that things in the fiat world, and maybe the reason why blockchain is evolving, is that people understand, sometimes powers that be don't play fair. All right, here's Citigroup, JP Morgan, UBS face Forex cartel class action suit in Australia. Goes on to say that they communicated directly with each other to coordinate the manipulation of FX benchmark rates. Shocking, right? Shocking. Especially the JP Morgan part of it. That one blows me away. As we should all trust Jamie Dimon and we should all trust Deutsche Bank, right? They're involved in one of the biggest money laundering schemes ever to bestow itself upon the planet. So the fiat world's got plenty of problems. And by the way, I am not saying that we go to the blockchain, that this type of activity doesn't happen, all right? There will be coordinated manipulation, and I believe there already is coordinated manipulation going on. That doesn't mean that you can't trade through it, in it, and around it. You just have to understand that in the playing field, there is cheating going on, all right? That's the nature of human nature. All right, so I just wanted to bring it up because I thought it interesting that one of the big, the loudest trumpeters of blockchain are these traditional banking entities, and all of them got their hands in the cookie jar. All right, anyway, let's move on. And to prove my point, not necessarily about, let me just bring up the tweet, all right? And this one just blows me away. You made money if you bought Bitcoin and held it until today. 122 of the 125 months that Bitcoin has been available. Only 3 months that have been unprofitable. We're December, January, and February of 2018. And I just got to take exception to this because I can read a chart and I understand the high and low of a chart, where it opened, where it closes. We call those candlesticks. And, so how do you come to this conclusion when it's fairly easy for me to see, and we bring the chart up, that there's 7 months of tradable action above the highs that we've made so far? 7 full months. So why say 3 months when it's 7 months? I don't even get it. Not only that, to defend somebody's position of owning Bitcoin at 20,000 and watching it go to 3,000, and saying anything other than you are, a stork with your head in the sand, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely brutal to actually have to have a trading conversation about that mentality. All right, stick it in your ass, blow it out your ear. That's ridiculous. Only 3 out of 122 months. Give me a break. All right, so it just goes to show you, if they're cheating in the fiat world, just because we go to a blockchain doesn't mean that people aren't going to try to manipulate, aren't going to try to cheat, aren't going to try to lie. And the one thing I will say that a lot of the programming and the technology in blockchain addresses that because they know people are no good, as Lex Luthor said, but they'll pay through the nose for real estate. That's what Lex Luthor said also. Anyway, you know what? Let's enough of this. Let's talk about real price discovery because at the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters, right? The bid, the offer, what is actually trading in order to ascertain value of anything. All right, taking the vitals, and incredibly important now here, as we have rolled not only dailies, but we've rolled weeklies and we've rolled monthlies, and you got to know what these levels are. All right, you have to know what the levels are because they give you not only the potentiality in the marketplace, but also much better to know where you're wrong and where you need to be out. All right, so right now, and or short, right? If you're playing the alpha side of it, you want to know where you should be short. Bitcoin right now at Bitfinex trading 86.70 last. And I got to tell you on the weekly, I'm not particularly thrilled about the candle that we put in last week. Fairly doji-esque, although typical doji would have seen just a little bit higher high, but they definitely made a new high for the move. They definitely closed just about right where they opened. So it's not the best candle by any means on the weekly. So now you have to gauge yourself here, right? 86.58 last in Bitcoin. 87.01 up mo on the daily, still not there. Obviously, we're just beginning the day. Good morning in Asia. But the things that you need to know about here is the potentialities now on the weekly and the monthly. And so first off, up mo on the weekly is all the way down at 77.76, full, $900 lower than here. And if we can't regain up mo on the daily, coupled with the candle that we just put in last week, I'm very leery of being long this stuff. I got to tell you the truth. And then if you look further out to that monthly fractal, which we just rolled to, we just rolled into up momentum, you remember last month, for the first time in several. And that up momentum level is 74.99. Now, the one thing I will say about this Bitcoin chart that did happen is that now we have expanding potentiality, and only 2 of the top 12 coins have this same setup. Expanding potentials on the weekly and the monthly, and that's Bitcoin and one other to-be-named coin, which I will share with the rest of the segment. For EndoTech.io subscribers, you need to subscribe in order to partake in all of the actionable content of this segment. So please go to EndoTech.io. More importantly, the potentiality now, what those levels are on the weekly and the monthly, become incredibly important on where the way I look at this stuff, where's the potential it could go to if we can regain up momentum on the daily. All right, so the pullback levels, and we're going to talk about where they can reach to on the monthly and the weekly, along with the other top 12 coins that we're covering at EndoTech.io that we're pushing trade signals for. So please, I'm going to say goodbye to the YouTube crowd so we can cover those levels along with the weekly and monthly setups for the rest of the top 12. So see you later,